In this video, I continue to talk about my thoughts on Apara Vidya. As you know, in the last video, I have told about Apara Vidya. That is, I continue it here. Apara Vidya is, that is the worldly education. That is, when the uncomfortable position occurs, the human beings should be very confident himself to face the difficulties, and he should be careful in his life, time to time, place to place, safeguarding, adapting, adjusting to live on this earth. This worldly or earth life is always changing, and it is moving to one direction or in a different direction. The Apara Vidya is actually concentrating or thinking about the worldly affairs. So people should always think about his happiness in the world, how we can be happy in the world. But usually in human beings, 4 things are necessary in the life. That is, one is hunger, thirst, and the second one is sex. The third one is sleep. The fourth one is, which is the knowledge of self, which is beyond the Apara Vidya. So, Apara Vidya may help you in obtaining all necessary materialistic things, and one can see that there is happiness. But when he goes on living in this condition, he becomes little older, little matured. Then he thinks some kind of aversion takes place in all these matters. So, in the old condition, usually he thinks about the death, which is the most fearful thing in a human being. How to study or how to control this thought of death? For that sake, you have to study the body, mind, and self. Usually, the body is made up of matter, that is pancha elements, 5 elements: earth, ether, air, fire, and water. Along with this matter, the food materials, what you take, and water, what you take, the air, what you can breathe, and the fire from which the digestion and other energy comes out, will be helpful for our all activities. But the main reason to control all over these things is the mind. Usually in all human beings, there are 3 gunas. They are called Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, and Tamo Guna. Sattva Guna is the pure, and as we think that it's a kind person, and he never goes extremity in any moment. The Rajoguna is supposed to be Viraguna, or what is called adventure character. The Tamoguna is the laziest character of a person. So usually one has to improve from Tamoguna to rise into the Rajoguna and then later rise into. These gunas are inbuilt in the body and mind. So usually animals have the Tamoguna. They require water, food, sex, and sleep. But Rajoguna usually is seen in Kshatriya people. That is, those people who are having some forceful and sudden wish and will to do the work. They are the fit person to become the great warriors. Usually in India, the Rajoguna people are the soldiers of the kingdom, and these soldiers are usually safeguarding the nation. The Sattva people are usually soft people, and they are clinging towards Apara Vidya. And many of these Sattva people are becoming good professions like medicine, engineering, scientists, and other Vedantic philosophical work, and many of them are in high professional levels. They also need, that is, thirst, food, sex, and sleep. The human body is made up of, first one is the body, second one is the mind, third one is the buddhi, that is intelligent, and fourth one is the self. The body and mind are, and also the indriyas are found outside in the human body. The indriyas, that is sense organs, they see, hear, smell, and have a taste, touch, etc., are taken by the mind, and mind reacts towards the environment or in the society or in the family. And also the human being's mind is like monkey mind. It cannot be in the same level of understanding, thinking, remembering, and visualizing and perceiving, because the mind is normally built for enjoyment. That is, as you know, the human body is a material. The mind is not material. Then what is mind? Mind is, according to our ancient shastras or ancient knowledge, mind is a part of the divine self, and which is enters into the womb and then into the child during birth by the Supreme Self. And this mind is invisible and cannot be seen. And usually, mind study is a type of psychological study where you can be able to understand mind. Usually, mind is very wavering. Why? From Janma to Janma, or from birth to birth, death to death, the mind is not vanished, body is vanished. The mind continues to be in the form of subtle body or mental body, which you cannot able to perceive or understand, which is actually, though it is found as the innermost, the inner mind, or what is called the subtle mind, that mind is nourished by food materials, water, and air, especially oxygen. So mind is important in order to study both Apara Vidya and Para Vidya. The brain is the master of the mind. But mind usually becomes the master and makes the person as a servant. So what mind tells, according to person acts. Mind sometimes tells very bad. It makes us to act not wisely. Sometimes mind provocates to do bad acts, to do cruelty, to do harmful to others. And this mind, though it thinks adversely to others, and mind is becoming restless, and indirectly it is harming to a person who thinks. So one has to control the mind, and you should become the master and mind should be your servant. Then only the mind will be restricted and it will be taken into useful way so that it may have a harmonious understanding about the society, people, family, etc. Usually in a family or in a society, people usually of different nature. For example, husband and wife sometimes think differently in opposite way also. Sometimes they think similar and have a beautiful life. But if they think in a different way, one should give importance to the few good characters found in husband or wife, or in a children, or in the parents, or in any other people. If you know them only, one should not think or have, one should not think bad about them, and try to understand them and try to adjust them and try to live with them with the happiness and also with all kinds of regards and respects and also love. This is what you can have a beautiful life. Otherwise, there will be quarrel and there will be mind upset. Then people are becoming just like opponents in the same family. So it may lead bad condition to the family. So you should not develop this type of attitude, so that you should have a nice attitude. Usually, buddhi, or the capacity to understand deep and analyzing deep about any person, one has to think many times, so that buddhi gives what is called the right thing should be done, the right knowledge should be acquired, the right happiness should unite us, the right approach gives us the opportunities, the right things also help us to the others. So there is one saying that anything bad one should not do to me, I should not do to others. This way, if you think or analyze, then bring into the principles to the life, then it is having a better living condition in human beings.
Thank you.